Well, very quickly introducing myself. My name is Shub. I am an NUS graduate in computer engineering. I've never worked a single day of my life in engineering. I've been in recruitment for 19 plus years now. Started with student internships, then moved to junior to mid level, mid to senior level, all the way up to C suite. In 2015, I started JobsMe, which is a training, coaching, and consulting company helping mid to senior level career professionals and leaders to get their next job fast. Where all to find me? So I am a LinkedIn top voice and I post regularly, pretty much every workday, on career development and job search. So feel free to follow me there, and hopefully you will get some insights. I also have a very newly launched Instagram, and so if you want, you can follow me there as well. And I have a YouTube channel. So a lot of the content I share in the workshops and all, you'll find them in bits and pieces on my YouTube, but they are all very in depth, where we talk about examples of things you can apply in your job search for your career development. And of course, my own website, where if you're interested, you can subscribe for the newsletter or book a call. And I do 10 minutes conversations with people to help them to answer some of the quick questions they may have around job search. I want you to introduce you to the concept of the type of employee. Earlier, I-shaped employee was what most of us had to be to thrive in our career. Basically, being very knowledgeable in one space. So if you're in finance, you talk about finance. I mean, when I started recruitment and I was doing junior to mid-level recruitment, I would talk to people who are just doing accounts payable, and I would talk to people who are just doing accounts receivable. And even in accounts receivable, there would be people who would do only credit control side of thing, and that used to be the main criteria of hiring people, that are they specialists in that singular thing. What are T-shaped employee? They have deep knowledge in one area, but they also have broad knowledge in multiple areas. I have clients who started their career in finance. They did their CA, they did audit, they started in finance team, and then within finance they started doing some digital transformation process, and then they had a project which was procurement overhaul, and then they started building their career within the procurement side of things. So they did not stay with just one thing. They moved into and became T-shaped or M-shaped. What is M-shaped? They would have shallow knowledge on broad areas, but also deep knowledge in 2 or 3 different areas at least. So they can be used, the example I gave, procurement, finance, both are the areas they're very comfortable with. And then you have V-shaped employees, which is people who have deep knowledge in one area. They are the experts, they are the subject matter experts or go-to person for that area, and they are gradually broadening their knowledge in adjacent areas because of the kind of projects they are doing, that they are interacting with teams beyond just their core team, but also other teams they need to have good relationship with. They are doing project based work in their organization and constantly learning new things. So, which type of employee do you want to move towards? And look, as long as you're not an I, every other alphabet is okay. Now think about which additional areas interest you the most that you need to start learning about. How do we know which area we have deep knowledge in? Depends on where you are in your career journey. So when I started, for example, when I just graduated from computer engineering, computers was the only area I would say I had knowledge. But then I started building my knowledge in recruitment, and I stayed there for almost 6 years before I started my organization. And before that, 4 years for student internships, so 10 years in recruitment. So that became my I, but that was the only thing I knew. And then I started moving towards we first, and now I'm more an M. As I mentioned, doesn't matter which alphabet you are at the moment. As long as you are not an I, that's a good place to start. And then you can see whether you want to be T, M, or a V when you're starting out in other areas as well.